All right, there's another round of the 10-minute warm-up, and we're going to take this pretty far into the hips and give you the sort of warm-up that will help you come into a deeper squat. So to begin, let's go ahead and take a wide-legged squat. So this is basically a horse stance. So come up onto both feet and set your feet wide, bend the knees, bring your hips down low, and you're trying to come in position where your thighs are more or less parallel to the floor. Now as you settle in, just keep the heels in, toes out, hands on your legs, fingertips towards center. Move around a little bit side to side. And then from here, come into center. As you hold this shape, keep your hips down low. And without moving anything else, just lift your right heel and then set it down. Left heel up, set it down. Right heel up again. Bring it down. Lift your left heel. Set it down. Right heel up one more time. Bring it down. Lift your left heel one more time. Set it down. Now with both heels flat, let's twist. So turn to the left, bring your right shoulder down, keep your knees wide. Come back up to center. Twist to the right with your left shoulder down. Back up to center. Twist to the left again, keep your knees wide. Back up to center. Twist to the right. And then come back to center. Twist left one more time. Keep the knees wide, keep your hips low. And then up the center. Twist right one more time. Bring that left shoulder down. Knees are still wide. And then come back to center. Now bring your fingertips into the floor. Hips high. Shake your legs out for a moment. Now stay loose. And I'm just turning for the camera here, but keep your hands down. Bring your feet in closer. So feet about hips width distance apart. And we're going to go ahead and stretch out the wrists a little bit here. Now keep your knees bent and keep everything loose, but slide your hands underneath your feet. Palms up, fingers wide, press the fingertips down. Bring the toes onto your wrist creases. And then just figure out how far you want to go with this. Now keep your hands tense with the fingertips pressing down. Dig the toes into the bones of the wrists. And if you want to make it more intense, you can lift one heel up and then maybe the other. If you lift both, just be sure you don't fall forward. And if you want to take it deeper with more of a stretch on the backs of your legs, you can bend the elbows and pull yourself further down. Just take this to where you need to. All right, then go ahead and release your hands, but stay folded. Now I want to take this down to a deep squat. So heels in, toes out, feet at least hips width. Now you can always change the angle of your feet, and you can always go wider or narrower. But I want you to keep your heels down. And then bring your hips down low. So if your hips are tight, just go ahead and bring your elbows to your thighs, hips toward the level of the knees. Maybe sink this down further if you're able. But again, keep your heels on the floor. Now as you hold this, reach your arms forward so you're leaning forward. And then one hand at a time. Bring the right hand down to the floor behind you. Forward with both arms. Bring the left hand down behind. And then reach forward. Right hand down behind again. Reach forward. Bring your left hand down again. Reach this forward. Right hand down behind. Reach forward again. Bring your left hand down and reach forward. Now from here, bring both hands down behind and then lower yourself to a seat. And just go ahead, shake your legs out, folding knees side to side, just to loosen things up. And then go ahead, set your feet flat, about hips width. Now reach your arms forward, round your spine as much as you can. And then slowly come all the way down onto your back. Now once you're down, I want to set this up for a bridging position. So bring your feet in close, keep the feet hips width. Heels close enough that you can flatten your low back as much as possible. Arms at your sides, palms down, just keep looking up. Now back and forth with an inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. And then roll your spine down. Press your hips up high. And then roll back down. Lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. Roll back down again. Press your hips up high. And then come back down. Lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. Bring it back down. Press your hips up high. And then lower again. Lift your hips, squeeze your glutes, and hold here. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifting for just a moment. Maybe lift your toes up off the floor. And then roll this back down. Now once you're down, bend the elbows, bring the forearms to vertical, make your hands into fists. Keep the elbows pushing down. Now take this with a figure 4. Step the left foot to center. And then bring the right leg over your left thigh, so ankle past the left thigh. Now curl the toes of the right foot, keep the toes curled, keep the knee pushing out to the side. And let's go back and forth like this. So with an inhale, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, press your hips high. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift one more time, hold here. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep the right knee pushing toward the floor. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, come back down. Switch it out. Set the right foot down toward the middle of the mat. Left ankle past your right thigh. Cross your legs and keep the toes of your left foot curled. Up and down with an inhale. Lift your hips and squeeze your glutes. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, press this up high. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift one more time. Hold here. Now keep your glutes squeezing. Keep your left knee pushing down toward the floor. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, come back down. Now bring your knees to your chest and bring your hands to your knees. Squeeze everything in. Lift your head and shoulders. Bring your nose close to your knees. Now go ahead and use this shape. Cross at the ankles. Roll forward to a seat. And then once you're up, let's take a reclining position. I want you to extend your left leg straight. Come down onto your left forearm and down onto your left hip. Now with the left leg extended, keep the toes pointed out to the side. Right hand in front of your chest, right foot behind your left leg. Keep that foot flat on the floor. Now press down. Lift your hips up as high as you can. And maybe just hold here with the right hand down. Now if you can take it further, bring the right hand to your hip. And then just move your left leg. So keep pushing down, keep your hips lifted. Left heel to right knee. Bring the foot down. Heel to knee for 2. And set the foot down. Heel to knee for 3. Come back down. Heel to knee for 4. Come back down. Heel to knee for 5. Come back down. Heel to knee for 6. Set it down. Heel to knee for 7. Bring the foot down. Heel to knee for 8. And set the foot. Heel to knee for 9. Come back down. Heel to knee for 10. Bring it back down and sit down. And let's switch sides. So bring yourself upright. And then switch with the right leg extended and your left knee bent. Come down to the right forearm. Left hand in front of your chest. Now you're on the right hip, toes to the right foot, point to the side. Lean into this. Press into the floor. Lift your hips up high as you can. Stay lifted and see about bringing your left hand to your hip. Now keep your hips high. Go back and forth with the right leg. Heel to knee for 1. And set the foot. Heel to knee for 2. Bring the foot down. Heel to knee for 3. Set the foot. Heel to knee for 4. Bring the foot down. Heel to knee for 5. Set the foot down. Heel to knee for 6. Bring the foot to the mat. Heel to knee for 7. And bring the foot back down. Heel to knee for 8. And set the foot. Heel to knee for 9. Bring the foot down. Heel to knee for 10. Set the foot down and come all the way down. And then go ahead, cross with the ankles. Come forward to all fours. And from all fours, let's just take one more wrist stretch here. Now wrists under the shoulders, knees into your hips. With your palms down, rotate your fingertips to the sides and then toward your knees. And just come as far in that rotation as you can. Grip the floor. Press your spine toward the ceiling. Keep gripping. You can just stay here and circle your shoulders over your wrists, and this could be enough. If you can take it a little bit farther, keep gripping. Keep your spine lifted. But then go ahead, bring the right knee past your left and squeeze the legs together. Try to pull your hips back and keep your fingertips pressing down. Release the cross. Bring the right knee out wide. And then on the other side, left knee past your right leg. Squeeze the legs together. Pull your hips back. Keep gripping with your fingers. Release the cross. Bring your left knee out wide. And then come up onto the fingertips and down onto your heels. Shake your hands out for just a moment. And then one last thing to warm this up, and we're going to move from a crouch. So I want you to bring yourself into all fours. Now wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips to set this up. Tuck the toes of both feet. Hover your knees up off the mat. Now press in your hands, sink your seat down to your heels. And just to warm this up slowly, step the right foot outside your right hand. Lift your right hand, pull your left leg through. Pull back, and then sink down to your heels. Left foot outside the left hand, pull the right leg through. Pull back, and then sink down. Right foot forward, pull your left leg through. Pull back, and then sink down. Left foot forward, pull the right leg through. Pull back, and sink down. Right foot forward, left leg through. Pull back, sink this down. Left foot forward, right leg through. Pull back, and sink down. Now a little different this time. I want you to step your right foot forward up and to the left from underneath. So the legs across, and then come back down to your heels. Left foot up to the right side. Sink back down. Right foot to the left again. Sink back down. Left foot to the right. Sink down. Right foot up and to the left. Sink this down. Left foot to the right. Sink down. Right foot left again. Sink down. Left foot right. And sink down. Right foot left one more time. Stay here. Now just bring your left knee down. And then with your left hand, bring the right leg up onto the left. Cross your legs and curl the toes of the right foot. Maybe stay here and just feel the stretch. If you can take it further, bring both hands down. Tuck the toes of your left foot. Lift your left knee and round down over your crossed legs and just breathe into the stretch here. And then release the cross and bring the right foot down. Now go ahead and sink back to both heels and let's take the other side. Left foot forward to the right. And then bring your right knee down. Now with your right hand, hold your left leg and cross the legs together. Bring that ankle past the thigh. And if you want to stay here, this might be enough. If you can go further, both hands down. Tuck the toes of the right foot, lift your right knee, and just round over your crossed legs. Feel the stretch. And then release. Uncross your legs, set the left foot down. Bring your knees to the floor. And then you can shake your hands out, just come into a seat. And that's the 10-minute warm-up for this round. Thank you very much.